Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. Wow, I'm pissed off. Pissed off. Pissed off, pissed off, pissed off, pissed off, pissed off, pissed off, pissed off. I see the comment of Matthew that I want to read immediately before having him waiting way too long. You see, we were with 700 in the watch along. 500 people, they decided not to join, and I can understand them. I can understand them because today this Juventus, you don't want to speak about Juventus now. You don't want because things were not going well, because you cannot enter like that, because for the first time in Serie A we were extremely on our knees physically extremely bad. Today physically Parma were way better than Juve. Physically better. From the first minute they had ID and they were working. Extremely shaking defense. Danilo today, I was watching him and I was sad. More than angry, sad. You know when you, I don't know, when you live in your childhood house for your entire childhood with your brother, your sisters, your parents. It's the home that you are really emotionally affected to, and then you move from that house. House is sold, and a few years later you go and you see that they decide to break the house to make, I don't know, a park, a playground, or whatever. It's not your house anymore, but you're really sad. You say, all the memories are gone. It's over. You know, I was watching Danilo like that. I was watching Danilo like that, but it's not. This is not only on Danilo, huh? Because if it was only Danilo, you identify the problem. You know, it's easy, huh? When you have a computer that is not working, you open it, you look, and then you identify the problem. You take it off, and you change the piece that is not working, and usually it's working again. Especially if you know a bit of a computer. Don't do it at home. Don't do it at home, please. But you identify a problem, you take it away, and you replace it. Here, it's not only Danilo. Danilo is one thing, and it's a huge, big problem. But it's not only that. Today, I will try to do something that we never do. We will give ratings to the players. The worst, the best, the one that we were expecting a lot and that are not giving at the moment. But Matthew is saying, Beppe, I'm pissed off. But it's important to remember that it's year one. Calma, I'm still pissed, but I still believe. I agree that it's year one. I agree with that. But on a year one, you start to put the basements for year two, for year three. I'm not saying that today we are. I never said that today that this year we were ready for winning the Scudetto. I wanted to compete. I want to win it, of course, of course. But never I said we are ready, we are the favorite ones. The favorite ones, we said it since the beginning, Napoli and Inter, for a lot of diverse reasons. But if at home, in your first year, you never win, you have a problem. Because we are speaking about a Juventus football club that in Serie A has, after 10 games, 6 draws and 4 wins. 2 wins at home. 2 wins at home. 2 wins away. 1, 2, 3, 4 games at home drawn. And if we are looking at Champions League, we even lost in Champions League in our home. But in Serie A, 4 games that we drew at home. Someone is saying in the chat, Beppe, the excuse it's always the year one. First of all, I'm saying you that no. I'm telling you, no, it's not an excuse. If we lose today, we cannot put it on it's year one. So first of all, don't say things that I didn't say, because I never said it's year one and we have to accept it. No, we don't have to accept today's loss, because it's a loss for me. Yeah? It's not a win. It's not a draw. It's a loss. So don't tell me things, because then you will already make me angry. If you start saying things that I never said, you will make me angry. Don't. Today it's not the moment. Today is absolutely not the moment. One. Because today we don't lose because it's year one. Because today we lose because Motta didn't do the right changes. Because Motta was still not able to motivate and do the right things for that second half. Because today the players, they were out of energy. Because the players, they were not structured. Because our defense is really bad. Because we have a lot of problems today. That's one. Secondly, yes, it is a year one. You like it or not, it's a year one. When you are changing 12 players, because that's what we are speaking. I'm not saying a figure. 12 players. I'm not inventing something. You're playing 12. You're changing 12 players. 9 new players. 3 players that are coming from the next gens. We are speaking about the new coach and new technical staff. We are speaking about the new management, because the management next to Giuntel is totally new. Yes, we are speaking about a year one. A year one that doesn't excuse the game of today. But yes, it is a year one. You like it or not, it is a year one. I know that we are not winning since a few seasons now in Serie A. And a lot of people, they were expecting with Allegri that it would have been the year one. And it was a year one. And that project failed. That project didn't work. You start a totally new project today. So yes, it is a year one. Year one, does it excuse the performance of today? No. I hope that I was extremely clear about that. So I continue. I repeat. 1. Don't tell me that I said things that I never said. 1. 2. Try to think a bit logically. RB Cons is saying something, but come on, Beppe, it's year one from Conte, who may win the Scudetto. And year one from Arne Slot. Okay, then I will try to explain the differences in year one, because maybe I was not clear enough. You come from a Juve that was not able to do Mercato from long time, and what we did was not wow. You have a Juve that is changing 12 players. You have a Juve that is changing a technical staff. You have a Juve that is changing totally project with a collapsed management that has to be changed. A management that was absent, a management that was in building phase, a Juventus that was taking care of extra topics, and now we are speaking about a Scudetto Napoli of 2 years ago that, because of the ego and the bad choices of the president, totally flopped last year. You take the same players, you add 155 million euro investment in that Napoli, without, except of Osimhen, doing a lot of changes in that team, and you have the Scudetto winning team plus, because you improved on this team, plus an Antonio Conte that is the perfect person for that situation, because Antonio Conte knows perfectly what he has to do with a team that arrives 10th. But that is extremely strong, because we are speaking about a Lobotka, because we are speaking about a Di Lorenzo, a Kvaratskhelia, a Di Lorenzo that I tell you here on the channel, people were vomiting on him, that you didn't want him. Look at what Di Lorenzo is doing. We are speaking about Meret, we are speaking about a strong Napoli that won the Scudetto 2 years ago. You take the same, you improve them with Gilmour, with McTominay, with a Lukaku that is perfect for a game of Antonio Conte, with an Antonio Conte that is playing 1 game a week. On top of that, if you're watching the games of Antonio Conte is extremely solid into defense. They are not conceding. They prepare the games, not showing entertainment. They have a bit of luck together, because that Parma game, they should have lost it, because there were other games that they never should have won, because the Milan game of yesterday, they play with a Milan that was already a disaster, but on top of that, they are missing 7 starter. Good for Napoli, huh? They deserve to be first. Absolutely, they deserve to be first. But now that you tell me Antonio Conte arrived in his first year, no, it's not the same situation as Juve that changed half of the team, and on top of that, with these 12 players, you lose your best defender, 1. Secondly, tell me the investment that you made. Did you see Douglas Luiz? He's injured. Did you see Koopmeiners? He arrived late, and on top of that, he was injured. Did you see Kefren Durham? He was injured at a certain moment. Did you see I don't know who was Nico Gonzalez? Desaparecido, injured as well. These are not excuses. These are not excuses. This is just to put you into context the difficulties that Juventus is facing today and the one that Napoli has for the moment. Slot is coming from a Liverpool. Guys, sorry, if you want to compare a Liverpool that season after season after season was doing quite well with Jurgen Klopp, don't compare it with the rebuild of Juve. It's a total different situation. It's a total different situation. Again, these are not excuses to say we lost today, because today we lost. These are not excuses. This is a reality. So don't compare. Don't compare. Never tell to me now it's the same situation. Antonio Conte is arriving at Napoli and has exactly the same situation as Juve. It's not the truth. It is not the truth. You can speak an argument as much as you want. It is not the truth. It is a really short-sighted view on the situation. It means that you are just opening OneFootball, SofaScore, Gazzetta dello Sport, Tutto Sport, and you're only watching at the result. And then you can tell me, Beppe, it is the same. It is not the same. It is absolutely not the same. It is absolutely not the same. Now, are we satisfied with what we delivered? Absolutely not. Because a game like Stuttgart can happen once in a season, cannot be repeated 8 days after. Because that's what at a certain moment of the game I saw today. Cannot. A Dusan Vlahovic can miss one time every 3 seasons a goal like he missed today. This season he's already at 2 after 13 games. It's a reality. It's a reality. A strong decision has to be taken on Danilo. Because when you watch in the eyes of Danilo, you see a player that is insecure. That is scared to do the mistake. And when you're scared to do the mistake, you do the mistake. It's a reality. It's a reality. You cannot play 100% of the games with Kalulu and Gatti, and that's another reality, because we have a lot of games to play. You cannot play always with the same man, but find a solution. Thiago Motta is now asked to find a solution, because you cannot play at home against Parma, knowing that you already did 5 draws in Serie A, going and doing another draw. You cannot start the game giving immediately a shot on target to Parma that has been deflected by Di Gregorio, and then on that corner kick receiving that goal. That second goal of Parma is unacceptable for the defense. For Danilo, for Di Gregorio, it is not acceptable. There are no excuses for the performance of today. There are no excuses for 3 on the 4 goals that we conceded against Inter. Jovic, studying is better. You can't. You just can't. If you take a gamble to put Yildiz on the bench, and you win, it's fine. If you don't win, you speak about it. We speak about it, and you're to blame about it. Even if Weah, honestly, was not bad at all. Honestly, Weah was far from the worst on the field. If we are looking at the starting lineup, I will tell you later about the starting lineups. But there is one reality today when we are looking at the ranking of Serie A. We are 4th with 18 points, with Fiorentina that needs to play their game, with Lazio that needs to play their game. We are playing against Udinese on Saturday. I will be in London together with Juventini. If they win, they are over us as well. The ranking is bad, but it's the attitude that I didn't appreciate at all. We come back on score. We score a goal with Weston McKennie. We manage the game again for 1 minute, and we give it away again. we give it away again. Let me read the comment of Marco and I will continue because I have a lot of things to speak about. I know, Rob, I'm sorry, Rob, that I'm harsh, but I cannot accept that some people are telling me Antonio Conte is the first year. No, it's not. It's the first year, but it's a Scudetto winning team. It's a Scudetto winning team. From 2 years ago, that the anomaly was last year because of the president that is going with I go with Rudy Garcia. Then who did he change for the other guy that I never heard about? The guy that was also coaching another team, national team from Slovenia or Slovakia. I don't know. In the meanwhile, what are we speaking about? Bravo, Calzone. Thank you, Rob. With a totally demotivated Kvaratskhelia because of contract, because Osimhen that was already thinking about big teams, and he said it clearly, he didn't even want to play. So we are speaking about Mazzarri. Bravo, I forgot about Mazzarri. Guys, they killed Napoli last year, but they kept the core. So it's easy for, when you know a bit of history, if you watch the history of Conte, he smells like a piranha is smelling blood. He's feeling the blood. He's saying that's my situation. But look at Juve. First year of Conte, Juve. He's coming after twice we are 7th. That's what he needs. And he's coming without international competitions. Look at Inter. When did he win that Scudetto with Inter? The year that they were eliminated from the Cups and where he could focus only on Serie A. Remember? Then, if you're looking at what he's doing at Chelsea, exactly the same. No international competition. One competition, boom, we win the Premier League. He goes with team with problems, but extremely strong teams where they can do something. And that's where Antonio Conte is really strong. So I had no doubts that he would be great. Now the question is, and it's really a crazy question, but do you believe that Antonio Conte at Juve? No, people are saying we don't care about Conte. It's not about we care or we don't care about Conte. It's a question from Rob and of a lot of people that are now saying, look, it's the first year of coaches and our coach in his first year is not working. So it's not to explain Conte. It's to explain the situation of Juventus. That's important to understand. That's really important to understand. It's not about caring about Conte. Because that's the problem of a lot of people. They go really fast on things. We don't care about this. We don't care about that. Give me TikTok instead of a long video because we have no time to understand. We don't care. Score, win. We don't go to the core of the problems. Otherwise, we will never go through it. Antonio Conte to this Juventus would never have worked. Why? Because we are playing in a historical season. A season where Juventus is playing all the most competition that we played ever. Coppa Italia. Supercoppa. Club World Cup. Champions League. And Serie A. This is something that Antonio Conte would have been allergic to. Antonio Conte wants impact immediately, working. Juventus, they decided to go with a medium long-term project starting now. And that's what we are doing. And we see already a lot of improvements, but we are far from what we want because we cannot accept that you give away a game like that against Cagliari. Don't forget about it because that penalty cost at the 93rd minute is still here, that we give away that game. I cannot accept that against Empoli you don't play because that's what we did. We didn't play against Empoli for the entire game. We didn't play after the draw against Roma. Dusan Vlahovic is missing a huge big sitter there like we miss again a big sitter today. It's not possible that we give away 4 goals against Inter, 2 against Parma, that we give away 2 goals against Leipzig, that we give away the game entirely against Stuttgart. These are things that are absolutely not acceptable, that are not possible against Lazio. If they don't finish with 10 at the 24th minute, I don't know how the game is going because Lazio is one of the strongest teams of Serie A at the moment. They are going full power. People are crazy. They speak about Juve spending 200 while it was not 200. First of all, they are saying 200 while Napoli is not spending. And Buongiorno, Lukaku, McTominay. Oh, you know how many players they bought. So then people are saying things that are absolutely not right, and that makes me even more angry. Not at the same level of the game of today, because the game of today is really, according to me, something. You know what is annoying me? I never felt that we could come back. I saw the chrono running with Juventus without ideas. Kefren Thuram, I'm waiting for him to step up, and I don't see him. What a really bad game from Kefren Thuram. Cambiaso, we see that he passed the 1,000 minutes of Serie A. We see it clearly. Cambiaso today was totally dead in the first half. What a disaster first half from Cambiaso. Every time that he was touching the ball, he was giving it to the opponent. Today, Cambiaso was really, really, really bad. We speak about Danilo, which is correct, which is right, but bad, huh? Really bad, huh? Di Gregorio, bad on the 2 goals that we concede, huh? I don't know, guys, huh? But Di Gregorio, oh. Cambiaso horror first half. Gatti, not better, huh? Because we speak about Danilo. Gatti, not better, huh? Gatti, absolutely not better. Not better at all, Gatti, today, huh? Danilo, the worst one. Cabal, offensively, was good. He was the best one in defense today, honestly. But also him, huh? A few defensive mistakes. You know that Locatelli, I want to save him. Because Locatelli, at a certain moment, he took the team on his shoulders and he tried vertically. It was the only one that tried vertically today. Thuram, I told you, a really bad performance of Thuram. Conceição, I want to save Conceição. Wea, Conceição, Wea, and I want to say McKennie. That was in parts of the game really, really good. In parts of the game, blah. So, probably Locatelli, Wea, and Conceição. But Cope entered, yeah, he didn't do the difference. Then, was he ready? Was he not ready? I don't know. Huh? I don't think he was ready. Huh? I really don't think he was ready to play. I said, I want to see Cope Manners entering when we win 6-0. For him to have a bit of minutes there, a bit of energy. I don't want to see him to recuperate the game, because that will not be a decisive factor. Yes, he did some things in a moment of Juventus that went all up, but at the end, we didn't score. Marco, remember, new manager, new players, new team, huge potential, but we must win these matches. I'm more alive watching this Juve versus previous years. Oh, Marco, I believe that this Juve will do at the end more points than the one last year, because last year we did actually a fantastic, in terms of points, a fantastic first round of Serie A. 46 points out of how much points do we have in 19 games, guys? Let me check. I think 50, 52, 58, 19 times 3 points, 57. We had 46 points out of 57. 50, it's a lot, huh? It's a lot, huh? We collapsed in January with that Juve Empoli game, where we gave away the game, red card. Remember, we are winning 1-0, we give up, and then Inter, Udinese, and drama. We were about to lose everything. So I think that at the end, Juventus will do more points. But in the home, or the first part of the season, it will be extremely difficult to do the same as Allegri did last year. Then, I'm more alive watching this than versus previous years. Again, I said it last time. When people were saying me, our friends from IFTV, I was speaking with Marco about it, and we don't agree. But I said to Marco, and I said it on the video as well, entertaining for a neutral, absolutely yes. Pirotecnico, fireworks, bravo. But it's not the most beautiful game ever for Juventino, like it was not the most beautiful game ever for Interista. That game will be beautiful if you win Serie A. for Juve. If you win Serie A, this game, a remontada like that, means something. Today we threw away that remontada that we did against Inter. Today, the 20 minutes that we gave away, our heart and everything to recuperate that game was for nothing. At the end, it was better to lose the game against Inter, 0 points, and to win today. We would have had 3 on 6. Today we have 2 on 6. We gave it away. Simply, stupidly away because we were not able to give continuity. More alive watching this Juve. If we have to be alive, today, I was angry, but from the first minute. So today I didn't celebrate the goal of McKennie really loudly because it was a 1-1, because out of anger. The second goal of Weah, it's not that I jumped around, yes, we equalized. No. I celebrated because we scored, and that was it. On the other side, last year, when we were playing a shit game with Allegri, because it was not beautiful performance, but then you score a winning goal, then I celebrate much more than with what I celebrated today. Like the one of Inter. If you're looking at my reactions of Inter, they are of pure anger. It's not a délivrance, a freedom celebration. Like, yes, we did. No. We did a 4-4, guys. The third goal of Kenan, I'm not celebrating that much because, like, he didn't celebrate that much. So I will think that this Juve will be more beautiful than the last year from the moment that we are starting to do more points than we did last year or the year before. Before that, no. 6 draws on 10, no. And I see improvements, in ball possession because we dominate. Today again, you want to see the statistics. The statistics are here. The statistics are telling us that Juventus had, again, 61% of ball possession. But what do we do with that? I don't pay the bills. With, what do I say? If someone is asking me, Beppe, you need to pay electricity. I say, yeah, I pay you with a 61% ball possession. No. They would say, Beppe, I want money. I don't want 61% possession. Attenzione, because we had 90% pass accuracy. Last year I had 65, 70. They would say, I don't care about your pass accuracy. I don't care about that you are much more precise in opposition half. Because when it matters, you're not there. And that's the reality of today. That's the reality of 2 games before against Stuttgart. That's the reality of the game against Cagliari, against Empoli, against Napoli, against Roma. That's the reality. Yeah, it's nice. We progress on some things because I saw them, some patterns. The goal that Cabal is giving that ball to Weston McKennie and then Weah is something that you need to study. It's something that is trained in training sessions. So it gives me, wow, beautiful effect. I see beautiful things. I really see beautiful things of you. But at the moment, they are not big enough, these things. And I'm not saying here that you have to win all the games. Conte lost his first game, was about to lose against Parma. Inzaghi lost the game against Milan. You can lose. Maybe you don't win the Scudetto this year, but at a certain moment you need to be efficient. At a certain moment, there are some games that you need to play dirt and you need to win and you need to pay attention. But, I didn't hear or read the words of Thiago Motta at the moment. We will do later. But Motta will tell me the same. I'm sure that later Thiago Motta will say exactly the same in front of microphones. He said that he was pissed off with the defensive phase, with a team without balance, because that's what we lost. The balance. It's not the defensive phase or the offensive phase. It's that we lost the balance. We totally lost the balance. And you know what I'm scared? That we could potentially go back to a team that needs to go again in defending, or paying attention because we are really in difficulty. As soon as we attack, we are in difficulty. Did you see how many times this positive transition from Parma? They took the ball and they cut us like a warm butter. Like this. It was too easy for them. Extremely easy. These are things that are unacceptable. We will focus on that, on the defensive phase again, which is not good because we already had some problems in scoring. Today we are doing it with a replica of the Inter goal. Contextualizing where from a ball, a fantastic ball recuperated by Locatelli, by the way. But at the moment, guys, when we were winning against Como and we were winning against Verona, I had fun. When we did that beautiful remontada and we won against Leipzig, I had fun. When we won that beautiful game against PSV, I had fun. Last year, I had fun when we won the first game against Sassuolo. Then against Bologna, it was a bit difficult. We said, But then I was really happy when we won against Empoli, when we won against Lazio. Then we lost against Sassuolo. The only game that we lose. But we won at that moment, at match day 10, we won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games out of 10. 2 draws, 1 loss. Last year, in terms of efficiency. 7 wins, 2 draws, 1 loss. This season, we are at 4 wins, 6 draws. We need to win. We need to play better, which we are doing in certain moments, in certain phases. But today I cannot say that. Today I cannot say that we play better. Today I cannot say that we play better because today we didn't play better. Against Inter, I saw a lot of horror things. Can it depend only on Bremer? We need to do better. And pay attention because Udinese will be a tough game. And then we have Lille. And they will believe, they will attack. It's in their home. They will go for it. They already beat Atletico Madrid. They beat Real Madrid. They believe in their Champions League chances to qualify. They are not scared. If Parma was not scared, Lille, that won against the 2 teams from Madrid, they will not be scared neither. Today was bad. Really, really, really bad. Thank you, Sylvain. Première demi désastreuse, difficile à regarder. You see, Sylvain is saying in French, thank you for 22 months, Sylvain. The first half was really tough to watch. According to me as well, the first was really tough to watch. Was not beautiful. We score a goal with Western McKinney, it's nice, but then we concede immediately because we are not strong mentally. Because we are not ready, because we are not organized, because we have to work a lot. Will we have time to work a lot? I don't know. Then we can speak, because people said in the beginning, but the excuse of, what was it, the first year. I never said that. But then we need also to take care of the real situation, to be confronted with the situation. Bremer will not be there, we have no other defenders. Vice Vlahovic is not present in the team, there is nobody, because Milik is injured, because the Mercato is in January. Guys, Lille is a must-win. Lille is not a must-win. Lille, yeah, but first Udinese. Like today was a must-win. Chef, thank you for 17 months, my friend. First, we need to fix the Danilo situation until the winter mercato. Second thing is that Dusan needs to step up in big games like that. No excuses. Look, if there was one game where Danilo should have played, it was today, with the situation that we are in. It was not the one against Inter. I think that there, Thiago is doing a mistake. Except if there were some reason why to keep Gatti out that we don't know. But if there are no reason what he's confirming, he's saying there was absolutely nothing. I wanted to play Danilo because he was better in carrying the ball than Gatti is offering other solution. Then it's on you. If you tell me Gatti is a bit injured, it's the destiny. If you tell me that Gatti was pissed off, he didn't behave really well because of the armband, then it's on Gatti. Then it's correct to take some players out. Guys, there are a lot of things that are happening in football. Players that are arriving late at meetings, at training sessions. Players are not behaving a lot. They are not speaking about it. But these are the things of that happens in real life in football that we will never know, except of people that are inside Juve. And then sometimes we don't understand choices of coaches. If it's that, then we play Danilo, guys. Today he should have played. He should not have played against Stuttgart. He should not have played against Inter. Then, if at the third time, if Gatti is not injured, you play Danilo again. After the two other ones, then it's totally on you. Because you see that the guy is totally lost. You see it on the eyes of Danilo that he's lost. You see it on the eyes of Danilo that he's totally lost. As anything I know, well, it's not an individual mistake, but Beppe, we started with hesitation and super slowless. But Beppe, I can't accept our captain's. I know, but nobody's accepting it, huh? I'm not defending Danilo. Huh? I said it. I didn't want him to play. I said it, I believe, yesterday and 2 days ago. I think that it's time for him to really rest. Today I was saying it during the game. I'm sorry, it's a reality. We need to change him. Sorry, guys, I'm speaking while I'm eating. It's not really polite, but I didn't eat. I'm pissed off. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. It is what it is. I'm sorry, guys. Claude Venuto. Thank you from Canada, my friend. I don't understand why Motta today did not play with a three-man defense with Gatti, Savona, and Cabal after the disaster performance of Danilo. Why start him? I don't believe that Thiago Motta will go towards a three-man defense now. We can possibly see a three-man defense, which I don't believe he will do, but we can possibly see a three-man defense to our after an international break, where you have players at disposal when you can change some automatism. But he has his ideas. He just arrived and he wants to implement them. I don't believe that he will go towards the three-man defense. The three-man defense, for example, is something that all of you, 90% of you, hated. This is why we don't win. Why I never agree with that, because Inter was able to win a Scudetto with the three-man defense and going in the final of Champions League and played extremely well in the final against Manchester City. And there are more examples of three-man defense. I, for example, love a 3-4-1. I'm a huge big fan of a 3-4-1. But no, it will not happen like that. Today, what could have possibly happened was a Cabal as a center back, and on the left, Rui. But at the moment, Rui was not really convincing. Unfortunately, he comes in a moment where we are doing 0-0. There is a goal that I was really sad for Rui because he didn't deserve it. It's time. It was absolutely not on him, but it happens. It's football. But now, I think that at a certain moment you need to give trust to Danilo, but on the other side, then you need to realize that it's over. That it's over. It is what it is. But even, it's not, guys, it's not only Danilo. Huh? Again, it cannot be only Danilo. It cannot be. If after 90 seconds you are offering that goal to Parma, it's not only on Danilo. Nobody will take that out of my mind. Nobody will take that out of my mind. It's too easy. It would be too easy to say it's Danilo and our problem is solved, because it's not the reality. That Danilo is at the moment a problem, it's a reality. He knows, you can read it on his face. Did you see the reaction that he has on his face? This is a man that is really conscious about being a problem as well. But it's not only him. That would be too easy. We have too much problems. It's not Danilo that is not scoring that goal from Dusan Vlahovic. It's not Danilo that is waiting until 10 minutes at the end of the game before starting to create more than we did in the first half. Uh, 24 attempts, huh? Only 6 on targets. Guys. Alessio, is Juve a healthy environment at the moment where you can create winners, or is it creating doubt? Thank you for the donation, Alessio. It's a good question. I don't believe that our toxicity, negativity floating around La Continuas at the moment. People are extremely happy about the new course. You see it, how they celebrate, how they are happy, how they try what the coach is asking them to do. then of course nobody's happy about that. Um, to create winners, first of all, you need to win. Because every single win, even if it's a really small one, it helps you to win bigger, to win it bigger, to win bigger. If you draw, it means that you are not winning, and then it's difficult. Now Thiago Motta will have to be extremely strong, because if you are winning in the beginning of the season Como Verona, and you do 3 draws in a row in Serie A, Roma, Juve, Napoli, but in the meanwhile you had a game of Champions League that you convincingly won against PSV, you are really in that beautiful streak of, okay, we didn't lose, we played against 2 teams that didn't create a lot, we were solid, we need to improve a few things, and we are there, we get there. Now it will extremely be difficult. Now it will be extremely difficult, because now the draws that we are doing now, they are not the same as the draw that we had before. They are not the same. Because did we play better than against Empoli? No, we didn't play better than against Empoli. But were we a bit more entertaining in terms of games? Yes, we were, because Empoli was really, really sad to follow, was really tired to follow. But we were structured, we were organized against Empoli, while today it was champagne, let's go, open. At a certain moment, seriously, it was tennis. When you see a tennis at match day 10 of Serie A against Parma, that's a real problem. That's a problem. If you play tennis, I'm not saying in the last 2 minutes, it was like that in the last 20 minutes. If you play tennis against Parma in your home at match day 10, we have a problem. Last 2 seasons ago, I believe, 2 seasons ago, when we were coming back from a 2-0 against Salernitana, and we even did it with a goal cancelled of Milik, it was not a ping pong. It was not a tennis game against Salernitana. They started extremely well. They scored 2 goals. And then Juventus, second half, pushed with that comeback of Bremer. Do you remember? But I don't remember a ping pong against Salernitana. It was a match day 6, if I'm not wrong, 2 years ago. Today I saw a ping pong, and that's not healthy. That's absolutely not healthy. And that's to answer your question. And now you will start entering, because now it starts to sum up. Now the ranking is saying how much? +7 for Napoli. What best case scenario? They lose against Atalanta. They lose against Inter. They are +1 over Juve. If Juve wins over Udinese and Torino, they are at +1. They have 2 jokers and they are still on top. And if they lose the 2 games, it's Inter that goes up, because they would have won against Napoli, and Atalanta would go up as well. So you see, now it starts to be extremely difficult. Now it's because now you don't have jokers anymore. It's a reality, yeah? Darius, 19 months, thank you, my friend. Problem, no Bremer plus lack of creativity versus low block. Today, there was not even the low block of Parma. They were organized. We cannot say that it was low block. They were there, boom, how many times, boom, they went up. I saw them a lot of time going up, trying. It's not that they waited, they parked the bus. A lot of time they were even in possession of the game. Look at the momentum. You see the momentum of the game? You see a Parma here. They start the game in our home. This is something that is unacceptable, because it's not the first time. Do you remember we pointed out that problem? That, look, they score here at the 3rd minute, but the continuity of these first, 15 minutes are Parma. Before we wake up, but every time that we start to push, because we are here, but every time that we start to push a bit, boom, you had the dangerous one from Parma every single time. And that's where they score. That's where they score. Every time that we were pushing, then we have the lead, yes, the possession, yes, but nothing was happening. Today was bad. Huh? Let me check the average position here. That's Juve. So we were quite high. Can I put it maybe so that we can see the entirety of the field? This is Juve. This is Parma. You see, they were still with 1, 2, 3, 4 players in our half at the end in terms of average. See? So I cannot say it was really a low block Parma that refused to play. Today they played, and quite well, because we didn't give credit to Parma, but Parma played well as well, honestly. Ninib, how is it possible? Thank you for the donation, my friend. How is it possible that in 3 games in a row we start with the worst mentality from the first minute? Motta has a lot of things to do. Disaster game. Look, Ninib, I know that you are watching a lot of time the channel. You're telling me how is it possible that we are playing 3 games in a row like that? This is something, if you really watch my videos, the post games, also when we lose, I know it's less funny. When we win against Leipzig, when we win it's a bit less, it's a bit more difficult. But if you're looking at here, Juve, look, I know them by heart. Juve Como, look, it's a game where it's a huge big analyze. Nothing is happening in the beginning. Nothing is happening before Juventus starts. And that goal opens the game. But in the beginning, you see here, this is all Como. This is all Como in blue. Beginning the game of the first one was for Como. Then, it's not over. Go towards Verona. It's exactly the same. Look at Verona that is playing at home. That's why they are green. That first part of the game is for Verona. We won 3-0, 3-0, so everything is okay. We don't analyze or we don't speak too much about it. I pointed out that we tried the first time against Roma to do something, and that's where I know Roma. There was a bug with the Sofa score. They didn't report it, but I can tell you that Roma, because I checked it on other site, that's the only game that we started. But then again, the same mistakes. Again, it's always the same mistakes in every game that we play, that we give the first 15 minutes. I think that against Inter, we didn't give away the beginning of the game, but a lot of games like that, look at Stuttgart, disaster. So that's one of the weaknesses of Thiago Motta's Juve, that the beginning of the game we are always, or let's say 80% of the time, we give them away to the opponent. So if you're telling me how is it possible that in the last 3 games we are starting with a worse mentality, usually we don't concede in the beginning of the game, and then we take over. That's the first time that immediately, because we give it away, we concede immediately, and then you clearly see how bad we entered. But a lot of games that we didn't concede, we didn't enter as we should. So that's one of the biggest things that I would point out. Ricardo from Australia, now it's morning there. Buongiorno, Ricardo. Thank you for the donation. Nothing comes easy. It's a work in progress. Stop blaming the manager on the player, and if you bag Juventus, you are not the Juventino. Bravo, Rick. But pay attention, Rick, because I have a really good memory. I have a really good memory. You know that last year I have defended Max Allegri a lot, like I defend Thiago Motta a lot. But you need to be consequent. Because then it's not working. Because last year I have defended Max Allegri like I love Thiago Motta. And if you would tell me, Beppe, after 10 days of Serie A plus 3 in Champions League, this is what Juventus would have done. The exact result, with the 4-4 of Inter, with the loss against Stuttgart, the way that we played, I will tell you, go for Thiago Motta. Even if I knew that Hansi Flick was free, because now it's the new word, nobody wanted him, now everyone wants Hansi Flick. That Antonio Conte was free, I would have tell you, go for Thiago Motta. And I will defend Thiago Motta for a lot. but also pointing out the mistakes. Like Allegri was doing mistake last year, I will point out the mistakes that Thiago Motta was doing, but I would have gone exactly for the same. And we need to give him time, but now it's a reality that in Serie A, guys, seriously, after 10 games, if you're playing a game like that against Parma, in your home, if in your home you won only 2 games, one against Como, the first in Serie A, and 2 a Lazio with 10 men, it is not enough. It is not enough. And that's a reality. If you're taking goals like we took today, it is not enough. And I remember that last year, what you are asking now people to do, which is correct, you were not doing it last year, Rick. With all the respect, we are great friends. Here it's a discussion about fans of Juve, but I remember that last year, when you said stop blaming the manager, otherwise you are not a Juventino, pay attention, because then it can go reverse. Because last year, not only you, but I remember a lot of Juventini, they said, Beppe, if you don't say Max out or Allegri out, you are not a Juventino. So we need to pay attention to how we reverse things, because then we need to be, I think, consequent. Now, if you want to speak about Barcelona, we can open a chapter about Barcelona. Barcelona has been in a long, difficult moment. I don't know how they do it there, because I don't remember any of the teams that you are mentioning now that was taking away the possibility to do Mercato, giving away their Champions League spot to another team, the revenues, etc., etc. But I remember really in difficulty Barcelona with, again, Xavi, that has been criticized for the most, that took a lot of young players and won, I believe it was 2 seasons ago, La Liga. He won La Liga. We are speaking about a generational Yamal. We are speaking about the Kubarsi. We are speaking about a lot of players from La Masia that exist since, I don't know, I'm just inventing 25 years, 50 years. We are speaking about something that is oiled and running, while we have a project that is starting to work really well, because look at the talents that we were able to get out of it. And every year it's better and better and better. And then you have a Flick that is arriving in a team that was not in shambles, had difficulties, was not the Barcelona of today, but it was a process that arrived to a Flick that arrived today. And with his idea that are really Barcelona-style DNA, it's working fantastically well. Kudos to him, Bravo, Flick. Nobody will take away what he's doing. That is impressive. Winning against Real Madrid in their home the way that they did, beating Bayern Munich with young players, is chapeau. Fantastic coach for Barcelona. Right moment, right time. The moment was ready for Barcelona to start to win. They could have done a lot of mistakes by choosing another coach. That would not have worked. I don't believe, but we said it in the beginning of the season, we are not at the moment at the level of winning the Scudetto this year. I hope that we can win it. In football, that's the beauty of football, because you never know. Everything can happen in football. Things are clicking. You have a bit of luck here, there. It's working. The players that you sign, they are not injured, but they are all on the field. And then it's working. And then you go. But realistically, Inter, favorite, still favorite, and Napoli is taking a beautiful advantage, and we knew that they would compete. We knew it, that they would have been a big contender. So Barcelona, fantastic Flick for that moment. Right time, right moment. But don't tell me, guys, Flick is arrived. It's the first year. He's coming from a clean. It was not the same situation as Juve. The talents that are coming from La Masia are different from the talents that are coming from the next gen. So, calma, tranquilli. Thiago Motta has been taken for a medium term. I'm not saying a long term, a medium term. But Thiago Motta needs to do better as well. Like taking some harsh decisions that he took when he had the possibility to. Now there are not a lot of possibilities because of a lot of injured players, but he needs to invent something fast. Fast, because what we are seeing in the back is absolutely not okay. And it should have started today. And now it will be against Udinese, and now you have no bad steps anymore because, oh guys, we are joking, and but you know that, okay, year one project, whatever, if you don't win the Scudetto, it's harsh for the tifosi. Always. Not winning the Scudetto is awful for Juventini. But okay. But if you don't qualify in Champions League, it's a financial disaster. Huh? That's why we need to start doing points. Huh? Not qualifying for Champions League would be a disaster. Huh? I don't know if you realize. Huh? That's why I'm saying at a certain moment we need to start winning. Qualifying to Champions League is vital. It's more important than everything. We are far, and I believe in that team, and we will do it. But this year, I can guarantee you that Napoli, Inter, they're running. Pay attention to Lazio, because I keep saying pay attention to Lazio. Nobody's listening to me. Nobody's considering Lazio, but Lazio is doing extremely well. Atalanta, they have their ups and downs, but they are there. They are there. You want to count Milan? You want to count the Fiorentina of Paladino? You can count them. Huh? It's a big race for 4 spots. So we are speaking about Scudetto. It's over. No. Pay attention to the 4 first spots. Then everything can happen. Golf is saying, Beppe, Flick has Yamal, Lewandowski, Rafinha, Pedri. What do we have? It's true, eh? No, people, it's the first year. No. Muhammad, ciao brother. I see Colo as well in the chat. Ciao Colo. I will try to read you in a second. Muhammad, just to say, we went from a boring game to clumsy gameplay. I guess there should be a focus on building a character. Motta will soon realize this is not Juve, not Cagliari. But I will always tell you, I am a person that loves balance. I'm a Libra. Probably that's why I'm influenced about that. I love balance. I love a well done, beautiful defensive phase, and I love a beautiful, organized offensive phase. I have never been a big fan of the Barcelona that was winning 5-0 every single game. I wasn't a big fan. I was not a big fan of La Masia, of La Liga with Manita from Barcelona, from Real Madrid. Barcelona, Madrid. I'm not a big fan of Premier League. If I want to watch and enjoy a bit of goals, and I watch. But I don't like because they are doing so many mistakes. I think they are the best in terms of organization, in terms of marketing, in terms of stadiums, in terms of the camera. Look at the quality of the camera when they celebrate a goal, how beautiful it is. They have it in La Liga, they have it in Bundesliga, they have it in Premier League. We don't have it. There are so many beautiful things in other leagues, but football side, I prefer really seriously Serie A, even if it's a bit too slow in a lot of games, and we lose a lot of time because the referees are whistling a lot and whatever. There are a lot of things that are not working. But what I see today, there is absolutely no balance. And I will tell you that Thiago Motta is not enjoying what he's watching. He's not enjoying a 4-4 like Simone Inzaghi was not enjoying that 4-4. Like today, Thiago Motta is not enjoying a 2-2. We could say, but now we start to score because we scored 6 goals in 2 games, and in the beginning we were only doing 0-0. Yeah, but we are conceding 6 goals in 2 games. We are conceding 7 goals in 3 games. and that's not working. So can we please go back to balance, a balance plus? Because I will always tell you, if you give me a choice, Beppe, choose between a boring but you win or an entertainment game and you do 4-4, I'm sorry, guys. I will tell you that I choose for the boring win. And it will always be like that. And I don't care that people will say, I had no fun. Ragazzi, we're speaking about the business. Huh? We're speaking about the business. We're speaking about the football that became a business through the years because that's the reality of things. And because at the end, I want to take a silverware and put it in the air. I don't believe that last year the 46 out of 57 were luck. I think that some games were luck, like the how much points did we do in the return session? Really not a lot. I don't believe it was only bad luck. In some games we had bad luck. In a lot of games it was because of us. So if we could go towards, as soon as possible, a balance, would be nice. I think. Colo is telling me, Beppe, now every single game is a final. But Parma was already a final. And we lost our first final. Because you play at home and you're surfing on the wave of that remontada against Inter. Today, you win against Parma, you continue to be on that super positive wave. You come from remontada against the Scudetto holders, against your biggest rival. They were trying to humiliate you and you humiliate them in their home, coming back on a 4-4. They would not have digested it. Today, Juventus, not only we didn't give continuity and we fell off from that positive wave, but on top of that, we gave power to Inter again, because they won today, 3-0. 10 men, not 10 men. Oh, against Lazio, they were with 10, we were at 11. So that's football. So they kind of forgot already the 4-4. Because we are playing that close, because it was Sunday and we are Wednesday, we played that close that today the one that was slipping between Inter and Juve, you know, it was 180 minutes games. 4-4, the one that win. Continue on that positive vibe. If Inter and Juve would have had the same result, was over for both of them. Or I mean, Juventus would have taken advantage from it. But now, it changed totally. That's pity. No, guys, I would not go in psychodrama where we go towards this, Samir. Let me say hello also to Thomas Maklouf, because I saw his name a few times and I couldn't pin him. So Thomas, if you're still there, say hello so that at least I see your name, I can say hello. No, I don't believe that the players will lose the trust of Motta. I think that the players, they are also mature enough to understand that they are also responsible, because you cannot miss the goal of Dusan Vlahovic. I will repeat it. You cannot, Thuram, deliver a performance like that. You cannot. Danilo can't give away a goal like that, and having that communication with Di Gregorio is a disaster. Who goes out, who goes on the player, who goes on the line, was really bad. Guys, I see a lot of you speaking about Pogba. You know that it's probably in the last 15 years the player that gave me the most emotions. Good and bad. A pleasure to watch, a champion. But ragazzi, we went for another project signing players. Douglas Luiz, Cope Manners. You can play with an Adzic there. You can play with we have enough in that position. Paul Pogba. It's a reality that when he came, he was already not playing with Manchester United because of an injury. So it's Manchester United, Juve first season, Juve second season, Juve this season, because if he will be available, it's in the month of March. It's not today, it's in the month of March, or when you have 2 months to play. For a player that is not playing since 4 seasons. So... it's a real that you because guys, from the moment that he plays again, you pay him 10 million euro salary. Don't forget about that. 10 million euro salary. On the other side, what is the positive that we can take out of today? What are the positives? Help me. What are the positives? There are a few positives as well. First of all, we don't lose. Even if. But we don't lose. Anyone. Weah on the left is a positive because it's a player that we never tried on the left. He played there, especially as a left back at Lille, but we never tried, and already second game, second goal, that partnership with Conceição, the movements that have been tried there are working. Oh guys, these movements were studied, were requested by Thiago Motta, and that's working. I'm not saying that they are starters now for every single game, but at least we have a combination there that is working. Bravo. One. Ciao Thomas. Ciao Thomas Makluf, you see? I see you, I want to pin you. No, because... Grande Thomas. What else? No, the first half of Cambiato was a disaster, guys. It was really bad. Really, really bad. Very good second half of Locatelli, I agree. Asta, I think that the pressure is there. I think that the pressure is there. I really think that the pressure is there. No? Yesterday, in press conference, I know that people, they read it. How many people watched it? And you see the facial expression. Thiago Motta, after the 4-4 against Inter yesterday, in press conference, he was not smiling, Not a single time he smiled. Not a single time. Because he's aware that the 4-4 against Inter were beautiful, but no, it's nothing, Because we need to win. Because you know how important it is, so he knows perfectly where it is. And he knows that there is a pressure of not winning. Then it's true, if Milan, they win, they are at -1, we are asking, or they are asking for the head of Fonseca, we are not. But if you are looking at the situation, Juve and Milan, they are totally opposite. They wanted some coaches. At the end, they went for Fonseca because one couldn't come, the other one was too expensive, the other one, they had a problem. They went for Fonseca, that was already a dead coach. A dead idea. We knew how it would end. They were not 100% convinced. While we go for a coach that we are all convinced about. And I'm not speaking about Beppe, about Hasta, about Frank Bagnato, or Christian, or my friend Abai that is there back in the chat. I'm not speaking about them. I speak about Giuntoli. I speak about John Elkan, about Scanavino, about Calvo. They have one vision, and it is Thiago Motta. Knowing that there would have been some difficulties in the beginning of that project, and now you back up. And now you back up and you protect your project with some ups, with some downs. I don't see the situation Leao at Juve. I don't see the situation Teo Hernandez at Juve. There are a lot of things that I don't see at Juve, which at Milan we see. It's a total different situation. So, no, I think you cannot compare Fonseca and Motta, Milan and Juve at the moment, even if they win, they are at -1. Do we miss a Rugani off the bench to save us when in need? Rugani, every time that he entered with Juve, he did the job. Every single time. Thiago Motta decided otherwise. I always said the problem of Rugani is, and has always been, that he's a very nice guy. That is probably very okay. Probably is missing a bit that grinta, that fighting spirit that Weston McKennie could show and change the decision of Motta and Giuntoli and everyone. And probably accepting a bit too fast. And saying, okay, if I'm out of project, okay. Yeah, I think that we miss Rugani, of course, because every time that he entered, he did really well. And in that situation, probably it would have been better to play with a Rugani Gatti, Rugani Lukaku, Kalulu, instead of the Danilo that we are seeing today. But who on earth would have thought that Danilo would have been that Danilo that we see today? There was 10 days where we thought that Danilo could have been sold. Because we already knew that he was in a decline, that probably would have had problems to play with Thiago Motta because he was not able to do the work that Thiago Motta was asking him as a right back, also in defense. So we all knew that he was in a decline phase. That decline phase arrived last year after that first injury. That, if I'm not wrong, let me tell you with exactitude, it happens in match day 9. So after the Juve-Torino derby that we win 2-0, then you don't see Danilo for Milan-Juve, Juve-Verona, Fiorentina-Juve, Juve-Cagliari, Juve-Inter, and you see him back from the bench in match day 14, Monza-Juve from the bench, and then he starts playing again immediately, all the games from the start again. But that injury between match day 8 and match day 9, that was actually 1 year ago, exactly 1 year ago. It was in October. That was the start of I don't come back at the level anymore. So we all saw the decline of Danilo. But could we imagine that Danilo? Oh, guys, let's not exaggerate. That some people said it was better to move him. Yeah, that Danilo that we are seeing since 3 games now. That Danilo, guys, that Danilo that we are seeing now, wow. Bad Danilo, yes. Not able to play the game of Motta, yes. The Danilo that we saw, wow. Now is crazy. It's really crazy, guys. This is beyond any expectations. Really, because it's not a progressive decline. It's really, but it's here. It's the face that is crazy. But I will close as well. If McKennie is our best midfielder today, if we are speaking about football, I prefer to Locatelli today. McKennie was good. There were a lot of mistakes. McKennie is our most productive midfield. He's there. is scoring. And these are the ones that we have. At the moment, you have 4 midfielders because Koopmeiners are not counting him yet. From next week, I will count him. But today we have McKennie, Fagioli, Locatelli, Thuram. Thuram at the moment is the one that is behind. I'm not speaking about Douglas Luiz because he's injured. Thuram is at the moment, I didn't see anything from Thuram. No. Marketing staff is not happy with the 2-2 guys. Marketing team would have been happy with 2 Americans scoring if we won the game, because that's a beautiful narrative. That's the thing that you can really export internationally. A 2-2. No. Buonanotte, Stavros. No. Don is telling us McKennie is always consistent. I like him. Well, guys, we can say then everything what we want to Weston McKennie at the end. He's there, he's scoring. Scored, let me check. Last season, 0 goals. This season, 1 in Serie A, 1 in Champions League. Already 2 assists. Hey, 2 assists, 2 goals. Guys, Locatelli 0-0. Thuram 1 assist. Maybe today. Did he do an assist today? I don't know. I don't remember. There were 2 goals. One is coming from Wea to Weston McKennie, and the second one is coming from Contextualizing. So no, 1 assist in Serie A and 0. So 1 assist. So Fagioli. Boo. That's a change that I didn't understand. Fagioli, Thuram, where you need to win. Put De Jong, put Adzic, try. Yeah, that's the only one. That's the only assist. Yeah, it's true. More than 7 assists, because there were a few in Coppa Italia as well. So last season he had 6 assists. No, sorry, 6 yellow cards. No, I didn't count them. Sorry. This year I also paying attention to the assist. But last year I think he arrived at 11. If you're combining Coppa Italia as well. 11, I think. Today, no. What do you want me to say about Gil Puce? It's a beautiful perspective coming from Alaves, 18 years old, 2006 born, left foot center back. That is impressing a lot in La Continassa. They're speaking extremely well about him. He did well he started really well with the Primavera, promoted immediately with the next gen that are suffering. Today, I think it was a nice reward for him to be with the first team, also because we played at home, because next gen was not playing, so you could easily take him with us on the bench, which is beautiful. Also showing to the other ones, guys, sometimes it can be your possibility. If today we won 4-0, probably would have played Gil Puce, but I think it's a player that Thiago Motta is saying, oh, I have you here in my target. So yeah, it's a really beautiful player, Unfortunately, today he didn't play. But Gil Puce is not the one that will start against Udinese, just to put into context. Dean Huijsen is not playing with Bournemouth. Guys, I don't regret Dean Huijsen. Seriously, even with the situation we have in today, even with Danilo, I don't regret Dean Huijsen. It's harsh, what I'm saying. It's really harsh. I know it's extremely unpopular, because today it would be super easy to say, Dean Huijsen instead of Danilo, imagine. I don't regret. I have zero regret about Dean Huijsen. For what reason? Because Dean Huijsen he wanted to play as a starter. He didn't care about what team. He wanted to play as a starter. He wanted to grow as he was looking for the shortcuts because he scored two beautiful goals with next gen. He was looking for the shortcuts because he made a fantastic, beautiful first app in first team against Milan and against Leao. He was looking for the shortcuts. Instead of going and playing with Frosinone, he wanted to go to Roma. Instead of trying to understand that he needed to grow, to become better, to be at Juve, he wanted to go somewhere else. Paris Saint-Germain was interested. They gave up. Then the second range of teams, a la Dortmund, were interested. They gave up. Newcastle gave up because he was expecting to be a starter. He wanted to be a starter. The only team that really gave him the most possibility to start games was Bournemouth, and even at Bournemouth, he's not playing 3 games because at the moment he needs to make a reality check. He needs to understand. So no, I'm not regretting a player that according to me, when you're at Juve, and that's why I love the philosophy of Thiago Motta, you deserve your play. And you know what? Probably today he would have played. Because, it's like De Ligt. De Ligt coming at Juve to be the third center back, and immediately one game, Chiellini out, and he plays the entirety of the season. Then you can say that he made some mistakes or not, but, destiny said, De Ligt, play. And today the destiny would have said, play, Huijsen, Dean, play. And then maybe, sometime in life, you enter and you never go out of it anymore. I wanted to play. Ciao. At Juve, you don't. When you are 18, at Juve, you don't say, or 19, you don't say I'm a starter. So I don't regret. Players with that mentality, I don't. Then maybe in 2 years, he's mature, he understands, and maybe there is an opportunity to have him back. I believe that the guy has enormous potentiality, that he can become one of the strongest center backs if he makes that reality check as soon as possible. Nobody regretted Jalot until 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. He scores 2 goals, now the entire world is regretting Jalot. Sometimes people, they make really laugh. Like 2 weeks ago, Jalot is not finding his spot in Portugal. It's another disaster. He will not be signed permanently by Porto. I saw debates about Jalot. And Jalot, he was not playing with Allegri, he was not playing with Thiago Motta didn't want him. Now in Portugal, he's not playing. Disaster of a player. End of his career. He never come back from that injury. He scores 2 goals. We regret that Jalot. How much did you see of Jalot? 12 minutes against Monza in the last game of the Serie A. We regret Jalot. Ciao. No. No, because it's a player also that said, guys, I'm not happy. Oh, he was at Roma. To the medical test. Because he was promised also by Giuntoli when he came from Lille to have a spot. He was not ready. And that's the reality. You can blame Allegri how much you want. He was not disrespected. He was not ready to play. Like in the beginning of the season, Thiago Motta judged him that he was not ready for his game. That's a reality because he needed playtime. Portuguese league is easier than Serie A. He went there. He needed time. Now he starts to play. You want the solution, guys? You want the solution? We have the solution. Real time, as we speak. Hear me out. You want the solution? We have a solution. Attenzione, because I will show you for the game against Udinese. Who says yes? Who says no? Here. That's the solution. That's the solution. You know that about I see in the chat people are laughing. I'm dead. Our friend Aman, while listening to the live, is making these kind of things. He still didn't do the emojis because we still have Federico Chiesa, I believe, but Bremer with the crutches. Yes, what a disaster. Seriously, we miss him. You know, when I told you there are different phases before you come back, you know, you have first to accept it, then you have to. Aman didn't accept it yet. That that the wall is broken. It's over. He will be pissed off. He will be really pissed off. Bremer. Marco, if you don't understand, you watch the video of this morning and then you will understand. Then I don't know if you will agree, but at least you will understand the reason. Yeah, it's true. Guys, that was a reality until last year. This season he changed and he was really good. Guys, it's not my fault. Last year, in a four-man defense, he couldn't play well. When we watch him in a four-man defense, it was not good. This year, don't forget that he starts the season. It started the season. We are not conceding, but when he has the ball, it's a total disaster. No, because people forget now. If you go back to the videos, there it's all recorded, guys. What I say is always recorded. So I don't delete the videos except when I cross the line of not respecting a lot of people, then I delete. But it happens like 3-4 times in 5 years. But if you go back, you don't have to go back far. Go back in the beginning of this season, and you will say that I'm saying Gleison Bremer in a four-man defense starts to be much better. But from the moment that he has the ball, it's a disaster because he's missing every single pass that is not horizontal. And then there is that click that he's making at a certain moment where he starts to progress in that. And I was the first one to say it here as well. Wow. But Emery is starting also to progress on that one, which in the beginning of the season was really bad. On that left side, was always looking for his right foot. And he starts now to progress and to do better in that as well. But defensively, it's a beast. Also because a lot of time, guys, you see football like we play with 4. How many times do we really defend with 3? How many times do we start the game with 3? So at the end, 3, 4, you are a defender. I don't think I was wrong on Bremer not being able to play in a four-man defense. But luckily, Bremer worked on it and he was able to perform extremely well. Boo. No? Or because it's like the story of Vlahovic. Vlahovic started to score. But you were really harsh on him last season. Yeah, but last season he was bad. It's an example, but it's the same as, 2023, Dusan Vlahovic was horrible, was horrendous. 2024 he starts with a bang, fantastic. That's not, it's not that magically that 2023 was good, it was bad. Suddenly he started to perform like Dusan Vlahovic this year is up and down, and then he has good, and then he disappears. Today, again, that goal he needs to score. If in 13 games you are missing two sitters like that, it's a problem. It's a problem. Like the goal that a lot of people they don't even give credit for that he scored against Inter, that first one, is according to me really beautiful. Really beautiful. Really beautiful. I said the goal that he's scoring is not easy at all. A lot of people, but I can score that one. It's a tap in. No, because you need to be there. You have to pay attention to the offside. You need to be fast, and you are that close to the goalkeeper and you don't even know that McKennie will give you that pass. You don't even know it, and you need to put it in a position where the goalkeeper cannot take it. So bravo, but it's not because he scored that goal against Inter that today he can miss it. No, he cannot. He cannot. Today was scandalous. A miss that is scandalous. No, Slim. No. He needs to be assisted mentally. No. Yeah. But I would change it into. It's already now 2 years that he should already be assisted mentally. And I believe, honestly, because I know that a lot of people criticized him, but Max Allegri did a fantastic job in supporting him on that, working on his head. The Dusan Vlahovic of January 2024 until the end of the season is a big work of Max Allegri. Thiago Motta is speaking about the same exact things as Max Allegri about Dusan Vlahovic. Vlahovic as well is saying the same. So at a certain moment, or you say, I have a problem mentally and I need to be assisted, and I am assisted and I progress on that, or it will be something that will never be solved. No? Because now you're 24, which is extremely young, but you're 24. You are not 16. And because you already have some seasons in the back where you had these ups and downs, and you have some moments where you're missing a game and you go out of the game. So at a certain moment, you need to say, okay, we move on, and I know or I am assisted, and I take these things and I am able to apply them. Otherwise, tomorrow, you know what we do? We ask the mental assistant to be on the field as well, and to walk with Dusan and to tell him, or playing with an AirPod. We play with an AirPod and we say, hey, you're great, you're fantastic. Die, Dusan. It's okay. You can miss it. You will do well the next time. There will be other priorities. Don't fall on the ground. Stay up, Dusan. Fight. We believe in you. You're the best one. We love you. Grande Dusan. We can try, huh? We can try. No? It's time. Nirak, look, if you are looking, it's a good question that you're asking me if it's better or not to play away from home. If you're looking at the trend, at home we won 2 games, away we won 2 games. In Serie A. We won Como, we won Lazio at home, we won Verona, we won Genoa away from home. We drew Roma, Napoli, Parma in our home. We drew Empoli, Inter away. So I don't even know if it's an advantage or not to play away. It's a pity, eh? If it would be an advantage, it's really a pity. Because our stadium, I remember our stadium to be known as the 12th man. Known as the one that give you that extra push where people were fearing to be. I told you that PSV, that the Stuttgart game changed a lot in the mind of the teams again. They are coming, they are doing their game. Before that, we didn't see that. I don't agree. Again, according to me, Inter was really not good. I continue to say that Inter was not good. Inter was not good. You take 4 goals, guys. You take 4 goals, and at a certain moment, you are risking to take the fifth and the sixth one. So it's an entertaining game. It's not a better game. We collapsed a lot. If Lautaro scores that header, if Barella scores that shot, if Di Marco scored that shot, we are speaking about something totally different. Totally different. Then luckily we make a change. Inzaghi make this change. We come back on a 4-4. But it's not. We played much better. It's not true. Against Leipzig, that I love the game, but how much did we risk against Leipzig as well, away from home? What is the game that we played extremely well away from home? Genoa Juve. A Genoa Juve where Genoa had 0 supporters because it was a closed stadium. Verona Juve. Because we score immediately and we are the second game of the season. So I don't see a big difference between home and away at the moment. Yeah, Juve will be active in the winter mercato. Then, with limited budget because the center defender was not planned with Bremer being there. But ragazzi, 1 hour 38. I actually I didn't want to speak about Juve after the draw of today, and here we are with how much? 1 hour 40. So I will close the live. Thank you to you guys. Worrying situation, Aldi. Worrying situation. Thank you for your patience. It's a pity, because I like to watch after the lives. When we win, I love to go and watch again the game. Now I don't want to watch the game. Beppe, I went to the gym, showered, and ate after a game, and you're still live. This game must have hurt you a lot. Yeah, but you know that in the past I was always doing 2 hours post game. Now, usually I limit after 1 hour, 1 hour 10. Today I stayed longer because there were a lot of questions. It was interesting talks. Here it's midnight 25. Dai, buonanotte. Samir, thank you for the people that supported the channel. Extra thank you to Mohamed, to Ricardo, to Ninip, Darius, Alessio, to Claude, to Chef, to Sylvain, to Marco, to LJJ, to Matthew, to Kiello Star, but also to all of you that took the time to stay here with me on the channel, to listen to me. But also thank you to all the people that put a maximum of like. That's always appreciated. We didn't receive a lot, but we didn't win. But thank you to all the ones that took the time. Really appreciate it. Saturday, I will not be live because on Saturday I will be in London. I can't wait. to be in London to watch the game together with some Juventini. Organized by One Football, super happy about that. Super happy. We'll do a video, of course. I was about to do the cry. I don't know why. Ooh. No, it's like this. I'm totally confused. I'm totally confused. Ooh. Dai, forza. Ciao.